Good morning, you guys. And hello. It's a beautiful morning here in Arizona this morning. I'd like to welcome you to TV Talks with Logan number 2. We have a lot to cover this week. And I'm trying this new app called Podbean. Shout out to you guys. Not sponsored or anything. But this is a really cool app. So let's just get right into it. This podcast is going to be all over the place this week. So many topics to discuss. And to start it off, we'll talk about something big. And we'll talk about Disney. Now, Disney has finally set a closing date for the Fox/Disney merger deal, which is March 20th. That is the closing date. Now, that's coming fast. That is very soon, March 20th. Now, with this deal, if you guys don't know what it is, Disney will be buying all X-Men characters back, like the rights to them, and the Fantastic Four, which means we will potentially be able to see them in the next MCU. I say next MCU because Endgame will be the final part of Phase 4, and Spider-Man Far From Home will start Phase 5, or the new MCU, as I like to call it. Also on the topic of Disney, Captain Marvel came out a few days ago, like last weekend, and it is such a good movie, at least in my opinion. I love it. It was awesome. It was a fun time. And those credit scenes, am I right? Just gets you hyped for Avengers Endgame. Now, Captain Marvel made $455+ million at the worldwide box office opening weekend and continues to rise. Now, with that number, $455 million, and it's still going, it makes it the 6th highest grossing DC film. And that's about all I have to cover for Disney news this week. There is quite a bit, though, of DC news that came out this week. In fact, we got our first look at Jon Cryer. I'm pretty sure I said that name right. Jon Cryer's Lex Luthor in the CW Supergirl. I don't know if I could add pictures to this, which I don't believe I can because it's my first time using this. I would if I could, but they released pictures from this upcoming week's Supergirl, which will be the first appearance of Lex Luthor in the show. Now, I thought the footage of him so far looked interesting. I mean, there's not a lot I could say about it because I have not seen the episode yet, as it has not aired, I do not believe. I have not seen him as Lex Luthor yet, Jon Cryer. The footage from the trailer for this week, he looks interesting, although there is one thing I don't like, the facial hair, the beard. Don't like that. And on to our next topic, more leaked photos from the show Gotham. Now Gotham is on its 5th and final season. And with that being said, there is only 3 episodes left. There's the finale, the prelude to the finale, and this week's, I think it's this week or next week's Bane episode. Now, the pictures that keep being leaked are from the finale. This time, it was the bat suit. It got leaked from the series finale episode called The Beginning, which takes place 10 years in the future, and it is a full-on Batman episode, the creators and cast has said. We'll see the Joker, although they cannot use the Joker, I believe, in the show due to copyright reasons, but from what I hear, they will be calling him Mr. J. Now, this does take place 10 years in the future, so the Batsuit will obviously not probably fit today's David Mazoui. I definitely said the last name wrong. I'm sorry. He's the actor who's been gracefully playing Bruce Wayne the last 5 years on the show. The whole show he's been playing Bruce Wayne. David Mazouz. I don't know how to say that last name, I'm sorry. But he's been playing him for 5 years. He will not be wearing this Batman suit himself, sadly. There will be a stuntman actually using or wearing the suit, but his voice has been recorded to put in the final cut for Batman, and they'll CGI his facial expressions for the bat suit. Now, on to our next topic, Titans. DC streaming service original app, or show, sorry. And it's also a Netflix original, but only out of the U.S. For you people who listen out of the U.S., that's a good show, really good show. You guys need to watch it. It's a different take on the Teen Titans, obviously, because it's just Titans. Robin is turning into Nightwing. It's a lot more bloody and gory, very dark show. But Deadline Report, Ezzy Morales, I said that wrong, but I'm sorry. ESAI Morales has been casted as fan favorite assassin in season 2 of Titans. Deathstroke. Yes, they've casted Deathstroke. Now, Morales is known for his roles in NCIS Los Angeles, How to Get Away with Murder, which I love that show, that show actually just wrapped, and Chicago PD. Now, I'm excited to see what Morales has to bring to the table for the character Deathstroke, as we've only seen 2 live-action Deathstrokes. We've seen Joe something, starts with the M, for the DCEU, which we've seen at the end of Justice League, I believe. And then we've also seen the CW's Deathstroke. And now, off the DC topic, this week's The Walking Dead. 9/15 Scars. That's what the episode will be called. There's only 2 episodes left of this season, of season 9, which to me has been the best season so far. Now, this next upcoming episode will explore some of the 6-year time period skipped over in the wake of Andrew Lincoln's final episode back in 905, way back in November, where a wounded Rick was rescued by Anne and flown away in a helicopter, leaving Michonne, his daughter Judith, and 9 months later, his son RJ. Now, I'm very interested to see what happens, because there's a lot of questions to be answered in this flashback episode, or at least some of it will be flashback, and they're not going to be covering the whole 6 years, remember. They'll be covering some of it. There's a lot of questions that have been raised over the past few episodes since the time jump in 906, or the end of 905, sorry, but 906 was the full first episode of after the time jump. The X Scars is one of the good questions. What is it from? How do people get it? Why is it on people? Michonne, Daryl. I'm not sure if there's any more. I think Carol, maybe? Why are all the groups on bad terms? That's what I'm thinking. And where is Maggie? Is she on Commonwealth? Or is she with, what's the old lady? I forget her name. From season 8, when they brought her the Key of Life book. And what has happened to everyone over the last 6 years? Off the subject. Jordan Peele's Us, a psychological thriller, has officially got a score of 100% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I am very interested in this movie, and if you guys do not know what this movie is called, what it's about, I'll read the synopsis for you guys. Accompanied by her husband, son, and daughter, Adeline Wilson returns to the beachfront home where she grew up as a child, haunted by a traumatic experience from the past. Adeline grows increasingly concerned that something bad is going to happen to her family. Her worst fears soon become a reality when four masked strangers descend upon the house, forcing the Wilsons into a fight for survival. When the masks come off, each stranger takes the appearance of a different family member. That is insane to me. This movie, his other movie, Jordan Peele's Get Out, was a phenomenal masterpiece movie, in my opinion. Now, this one looks not just like it, but in the same sense of a masterpiece. Another great world movie he has created. And that will be coming out March 22nd, 2019, here in the U.S. I do not know about anywhere else. Well, folks, that is it for this week. TV Talks with Logan, number 2. There has been a lot to cover. There is probably another podcast I'll be doing later on today or tomorrow, because a new Avengers Endgame trailer has come out. It was amazing. Loved it. Did not tease or show any footage, like spoilers, but it was awesome. And I kind of want to talk about that a little bit with you guys. Thank you for listening. TV Talks with Logan, number 2. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this podcast.